Have you ever seen a performance this perfect? 7 shots, 7 makes, 6 threes, 6 splashes, 20 points in just 15 minutes of pure, unfiltered domination. And honestly, this is insane because we're talking about an undrafted rookie who just delivered the most clutch performance of the young season to lift the Toronto Raptors over a Cavaliers team that entered this game at 3-2 and has been competitive all year. This wasn't just a win, this was a statement. This was Jameson Battle announcing to the entire league, I belong here. And Raptors Nation, you need to see how this went down, because what happened in Cleveland on Friday night, October 31st, was extraordinary. Greeting. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick Court coming in hot with the story that has every Raptors fan buzzing right now. Man, I am fired up about what we witnessed last night in Cleveland. Can you believe what Jameson Battle just did? I mean, seriously, when was the last time you saw a bench player come in and completely flip a game on its head with perfect shooting? And we're not talking about easy layups here. This kid hit 6 3-pointers without missing ones. Do you understand how hard that is in the NBA against a competitive Cavaliers team on the road in an NBA Cup game? Drop your reactions in the comments right now because I want to hear how you felt watching Battle Ice this game in those final 2 minutes with back-to-back daggers. Look, we all needed this win. 4 straight losses had Raptors Nation feeling some type of way, and I get it. That 1-4 start was rough. But stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to break down exactly how Jamison Battle became the hero we didn't know we needed, why Darko Rajakovic's trust in his deep bench is paying off in spectacular fashion, and what this 112-101 victory means for a Raptors team trying to find its identity. And before we're done, you'll see why Raptors fans should be proud of this resilient squad, while other teams should take notice that Toronto is not going away quietly. If you love the Raptors and you're not subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're bringing you every piece of Raptors content that matters. Now let's get into this incredible win. Let's set the scene. The Raptors rolled into Cleveland on Friday night, sitting at 1-4, having just dropped 4 straight games after that season opening win. Not exactly the vibe you want heading into your NBA Cup opener, right? The pressure was mounting. The questions were swirling. Can this team compete? Is the rebuild taking too long? Where's the identity? And to make matters more challenging, they're facing a Cavaliers squad sitting at 3-2, a team that added DeAndre Hunter at the trade deadline last season to bolster their wing depth. But here's where the basketball gods decided to level the playing field just a bit. Cleveland was without their 2 stars. Donovan Mitchell sitting due to left hamstring tightness. Jarrett Allen out with a broken ring finger on his left hand, suffered just 2 nights earlier against Boston. Now, does that diminish the win? Absolutely not. Listen, the Cavaliers still had serious firepower. Evan Mobley, one of the best young big men in the game, was out there. DeAndre Hunter, who they specifically traded for to add versatile scoring, was ready to go. Dean Wade, Jalen Tyson, Lonzo Ball, this roster still had NBA talent. This was not a G League squad. The Cavaliers could absolutely have won this game, and for most of the night, they looked like they would. Cleveland came out aggressive, executing their game plan, and built a 10-point lead midway through the 3rd quarter. The Raptors were trailing, struggling to find consistent offensive rhythm, and you could feel the weight of potentially going to 1-5. Would this be loss number 5 in a row? Would the Raptors start digging a hole so deep that climbing out would become nearly impossible? That's when something special started to happen. Coach Darko Rajakovic talked about this moment in his post-game interview, and it gives me chills every single time I think about it. He said, and I quote, "Something amazing happened in our huddle and guys started really to lift each other up and to talk to each other." Can we talk about that for a second? This is what championship culture looks like. This is what separates teams that fold under pressure from teams that fight back. Down 10 points on the road in a game they desperately needed, the Raptors didn't panic. They didn't point fingers. They didn't make excuses. They lifted each other up. And you could see it translate to the court immediately. Scotty Barnes, who finished with 14 points and 10 rebounds in his typical versatile fashion, hit a bucket in the final minute of the third quarter to put the Raptors back in front. The energy swung. The momentum shifted. Toronto's defense tightened up like a vice. And here's a crazy stat for you. The Raptors held Cleveland to just 40 points in the paint, which had been one of their biggest defensive weaknesses coming into this game. Did you see that? They identified a weakness in the film room. They talked about it. Rajakovic challenged them, and then they went out and executed at a high level. That's not luck. That's not accident. That's coaching. That's effort. That's culture. That's accountability. Jakob Poeltl was a force in the paint, protecting the rim and making life difficult for Cavaliers drivers. The rotations were crisp. The communication was there. Even when Evan Mobley eventually got his 29 points, the Raptors limited the damage everywhere else and made Cleveland work for every single bucket. If you're loving this breakdown, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what impressed you most about the defensive turnaround. Before we get to the Jamison Battle fireworks show, we have to give proper respect to RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram, who both dropped 20 points in this crucial victory. These two have been the offensive backbone for this Raptors squad, and Friday night was no different. RJ Barrett continues to prove he's one of the most underrated players in the Eastern Conference. Consistent, aggressive, versatile, impactful. He attacks the rim with authority. He facilitates when needed. He makes winning plays on both ends. Barrett played 36 minutes and was a steady presence throughout. And Brandon Ingram, man, that smooth offensive arsenal was on full display. The mid-range game that looks effortless. The ability to create his own shot in isolation. The veteran poise in crucial moments. Exactly what Toronto traded for when they brought him in from New Orleans. Here's what I love about this team. They've got multiple guys who can score 20 on any given night. That's depth. That's dangerous. That's the kind of balanced attack that can surprise teams and create matchup nightmares. When you have 3 players hitting 20 points in the same game, that's a formula for success. But even with RJ and B.I. doing their thing, the Cavaliers kept fighting back. They retook the lead in the middle of the fourth quarter, and you could feel the tension building. That's when the Raptors needed someone to step up and deliver winning plays in crunch time. That's when an undrafted rookie from Ohio State, who had been a healthy scratch in recent games, looked at the moment and said, "I got this." Make sure you're subscribed because we're tracking all these players throughout the season. Here are the numbers one more time because they're just too good not to repeat. 20 points, 7 for 7 from the field, 6 for 6 from three-point range, 15 minutes, perfect. Let me put this in perspective for you. Jameson Battle didn't just have a good game. He had a historically efficient game. Going 7 for 7 from the field with 6 3-pointers in an NBA game is absurd. It's video game numbers. It's NBA 2K simulation stuff that you don't think can happen in real life. But this was real life. This was a real NBA game with real stakes in a real arena against real professional defenders. And it wasn't just the makes, it was when he made them. With 1:7 remaining and the Cavaliers within 4 points, making one last desperate push, Battle drilled a 3-pointer. Ice in his veins. Then, just 30 seconds later, with Cleveland still fighting, he hit another deep 3 to push the lead to 108-98 and essentially seal the game. Those were dagger shots. Killer instinct, championship-level composure. Do you understand the pressure in those moments? You're an undrafted rookie playing in just your 6th game of the season. You've been a healthy scratch in the previous 2 games. You're on the road in a hostile environment. Your team desperately needs this win to stop the bleeding and avoid 1-5. The Cavaliers are making one final push. The crowd is loud. The moment is massive. And you have to step up and knock down back-to-back pressure-packed 3-pointers. And Jameson Battle did it. Without hesitation, without fear, without flinching, fearless. That's the exact word Coach Rajakovic used to describe him, and after Friday night, no one can argue with that assessment. Battle also posted a game-high +2 8-point differential in just 15 minutes. That means when he was on the floor, the Raptors outscored Cleveland by 28 points. That's not just good. That's not just solid. That's absolutely dominant impact. This is where the story gets even better, and it's something casual fans might not know or appreciate. Coach Rajakovic revealed in his post-game interview something that shows you exactly what kind of professional Jameson Battle is. After the morning shoot-around on game day, Battle stayed at the arena and played with the Raptors practice group for 20 additional minutes. Then he came out that same night and played 15 high-intensity minutes in the actual game. That's dedication. That's professionalism. That's hunger. That's what separates good players from great ones. Battle has been back and forth with the Raptors 905 inches the G League this season, working on his game, developing the areas that need improvement, staying ready for his opportunity, and trusting the process. He went undrafted out of Ohio State despite being one of the best shooters in college basketball. He shot over 43% from three as a senior with elite mechanics. But instead of feeling sorry for himself or giving up on his NBA dream, he worked, he believed, he stayed ready. He signed an Exhibit 10 contract with Toronto in training camp, impressed with his shooting ability, earned a two-way contract, continued to develop, and eventually got his two-way deal converted to a standard 3-year contract back in February 2025. That's perseverance. That's belief. That's the NBA dream coming true through hard work and preparation. And now he's delivering in the biggest moments when it matters most. This is the kind of player development that makes the Raptors special. Finding undrafted gems, believing in them, giving them opportunities, and watching them flourish. We've seen this movie before with Fred VanVleet becoming an all-star. We saw Pascal Siakam's journey from the G League to NBA champion and All-NBA player. And now we're watching it unfold with Jameson Battle. Raptors Nation, are you proud of this kid or what? Drop a battle mode in the comments if you believe in this young man. Beyond the stars, let's give credit to the entire rotation. Colin Murray-Boyles, the rookie center, played 20 fearless minutes guarding Evan Mobley, one of the best young big men in the league. That takes courage. That takes confidence. Coach Rajakovic threw him into the fire, and the kid competed. Emmanuel quickly contributed 4 points and 6 assists in 27 minutes, running the offense and making smart decisions. Jamal Shed added 9 points off the bench in 21 minutes. Sandro Mamukelashvili chipped in 11 points in 19 minutes. Ochai Agbaji brought energy. Even Grady Dick and Jacoby Walter got on the court and contributed. This is depth. This is what wins over an 82-game season. Not every night will be perfect, but when you have 10 to 12 guys who can step up and contribute, you're building something sustainable. Let's not overlook what the Raptors did defensively, because it was crucial to this victory. As I mentioned earlier, they held Cleveland to 40 points in the paint after Coach Rajakovic specifically challenged them on that weakness. That's accountability, that's execution, that's growth. Jakob Poeltl anchored the defense in the middle with his size and activity. Scotty Barnes was versatile and active on multiple assignments, switching onto guards and forwards with ease. The Raptors rotated properly, communicated clearly, and made Cleveland work for every single point. Even with Evan Mobley getting his 29 points and DeAndre Hunter adding 26, the Raptors limited the supporting cast. Jalen Tyson managed 18 points, but beyond that, Cleveland struggled to find consistent offense. Defense was supposed to be a question mark for this team coming into the season, but Friday night, they showed they can lock in when the stakes are high. And if they can continue to build on that defensive foundation while maintaining the offensive firepower we saw from Battle, Barrett, and Ingram, watch out, Eastern Conference. This team might be more dangerous than people think. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the big picture. The Raptors are now 2-4. Not great, but not a disaster either, especially considering the circumstances. They've dealt with injuries throughout the early season. They're integrating new pieces like Brandon Ingram into the system. They're figuring out rotations and discovering which combinations work best. This is a process, and processes take time. But what this win does show is that this team has fight. They have character. They have depth. They have guys who can step up in big moments. Jameson Battle just proved that the Raptors bench can win games. Barrett and Brandon Ingram proved they can carry the offensive load together. Scotty Barnes proved he can impact winning even when his shot isn't falling by grabbing 10 rebounds and facilitating. And Darko proved he's building a culture where guys believe in each other, lift each other up, and refuse to quit. Compare this to other teams that fold when adversity hits. We've seen franchises crumble under pressure. We've seen rosters full of talent that just don't have the chemistry, connectivity, or heart to fight back from deficits. The Raptors showed Friday night that they're not that team. Down 10 inches the third quarter on the road, they rallied. Cavaliers making a fourth quarter push, they answered with clutch execution and timely shooting. That's character, that's resilience, that's integrity, that's we the North basketball. And let's keep it real for a second. While the Cavaliers were missing Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen, they still had enough talent and home court advantage to win this game comfortably. Evan Mobley is borderline all-star caliber. DeAndre Hunter was brought in specifically to provide versatile two-way wing play. The supporting cast had capability. The Raptors didn't get handed this victory. They had to earn it with grit, execution, and clutch performance, and they did exactly that. Let's give Darko his flowers, because this man deserves serious credit. He's been preaching depth, connectivity, and playing the right way since day one of taking over this team. He talks constantly about culture, about guys caring for each other, about playing for the city of Toronto and representing the fans with pride. And Friday night in Cleveland, we saw that vision come to life in real time. He only had 2 timeouts left in the fourth quarter, so instead of micromanaging and calling them early, he let his guys play through some adversity and figure it out on the floor. That's trust. That's empowerment. That's coaching at the highest level. He didn't panic when Cleveland took the lead. He believed in his players, and they rewarded that belief with a gutsy road victory in their NBA Cup opener. Rajakovic also talked post-game about how connected this group is and how much they genuinely care about each other. You can feel that when you watch them play. The way they celebrate each other's success, the way they communicate on defense, the way veterans mentor young players. This is sustainable winning culture being built brick by brick. Raptors Nation, Friday night was a reminder of why we love this team and why we rep that red and black with pride. It's not always going to be pretty. There will be struggles along the way. There will be losses and frustrating nights. But when this team plays with heart, with connectivity, with belief in each other, and trust in the process, magic happens. Jameson Battle went 7 for 7 and delivered ice-cold daggers. Barrett and Brandon Ingram both dropped 20. Scotty Barnes did the dirty work with his double-double. The defense held strong and protected the paint. The culture showed up in that third quarter huddle when guys lifted each other. And the Raptors snapped a 4-game losing streak with a statement road victory in their NBA Cup opener. This is our team. This is our city. This is we, the North. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your biggest takeaway from this win? Is it Jameson Battle's perfect shooting night and clutch performance? Is it the team's resilience fighting back from 10 down? Is it the culture and connectivity that Darko is building? Is it the balanced scoring with 3 20-point scorers? Drop your detailed thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing from Raptors Nation. And here's my question to spark real debate in the comments section. If Jameson Battle continues to perform at even 70% of this efficiency level, does he force his way into the permanent rotation ahead of other wings, or will his minutes continue to fluctuate based on matchups throughout the season? This is going to be fascinating to watch unfold. Let me know what you think will happen. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss another Raptors update, breakdown, or analysis. We're here every single day bringing you the passion, the detail, and the coverage that Raptors Nation deserves. We're building something special here, and I want you to be part of it. Keep repping that red and black with pride. Raptors Nation, integrity, effort, heart, and resilience over everything. Until next time, this is Quick Court signing off. Let's go, Raptors.